right, and we are back. So, welcome to Clubhouse Conversations. My name is Brian Penny. If you don't know who I am, I run the Clubhouse Conversations Substack, which you can see down in the links below. And I am the only person in the entire world who attended all of the Creator First pilot season programs that were not recorded, and nobody can go back in time to watch. So, I'm here putting videos together to make sure that each one of these shows for each one of these creators gets the proper review. And I already wrote the review in real time while I was doing it, sent it to the creators. All the creators were talking about it. The Clubhouse staff, they used it to kind of help pick these people. So this is all just, it's all common knowledge. It's my editorial opinion on everything, but it's what you should expect if you were to join Clubhouse and follow these people to get the content that you're looking for. So today is one of the first teams that we have where two creators actually got chosen for the same project, because most of the time on most of these, especially the last two with the big productions that we went over, what you had was one creator who was getting $5,000 a month and had all this cast of characters, of crew, of people that needed to go on there that they can't pay off that $5,000. But what we have here is two creators that are in one show that are both getting $5,000 each that are both on here. And that is Alissa, Miky, and Michael Rosenzweig. I'm saying that wrong, Rosenzweig. And between the two of them, they run the Global Lowdown, which was the Japanese-based version of community contributed news. Now, the standard for news, and I had written this review a long time ago, was for news. If we go back through here, it was one of the very first things I had written, actually. Oh, I didn't even leave them on here because I was so mad at them. But so the Global Lowdown is a twist on that because they did several things during this pilot. So it's normally in Japanese, and I mean you could see throughout the entire time that the full Japanese Clubhouse culture is represented in here, and their aesthetic and their preferences versus what the American audience does. Like in America, for example, like Bitcoin is still kind of a stigmatizing thing, cryptocurrency and blockchain and all that. And I mean, even Clubhouse is, but on Clubhouse, especially NFTs and crypto and all that stuff. So the laser eyes that everyone does in the crypto space is kind of like looked at as a cult on Clubhouse. It's funny that everyone on Clubhouse doesn't like to say that Clubhouse is a cult, but like everyone in Clubhouse has dealt with Scientologist cults, life coaches cults, and the Bitcoin cults and the NFT cults. And they all call them these, but they just don't want to be themselves seen as the same thing as all of these other people. So, I mean, in Japan, it's a little different where their culture respects or integrates even tech more than the US does. And they have a way better infrastructure too, because they have a smaller landmass to cover. Like Korea and Japan both have very small comparative, like they'd be like one state in the US to get the entire infrastructure upgraded. So they have really fast internet, really great stuff. They're very into animation. If you've ever seen like what the Japanese MTV, for example, looks like versus the American one, The Simpsons Go to Japan had some kind of aspects of it, but it didn't really have, I mean, a lot of Simpsons is kind of what's the word, stereotypical. But so what they did with this was because Clubhouse is trying to grow in Japan, they got the news show that's going to be in the morning in Japan. And Michael did a great job of doing everything to make sure that it was translated for the American audience. Actually, Alissa did a lot of it in both, and he did, everyone was doing it bilingually. And they had some guests on. What separates this from news is that they went over the news headlines. Instead of just having the community just go through like a cult to just keep switching through and just making people perform really stupid pet tricks, what they would do is just have you come up and they would offer the few headlines of their own. These were all related to, I want to say it was like Pokemon, NFT art, and things like that they were going over with some of the stuff. And then they brought some experts on from, what was the marketplace? Because they talk about Ready Player One. Oh, here we go. Ready Player One. Artifact. That's what I was going to say. Rot bucket or whatever it was. But the RTFKT team, it's Artifact. And I mean, it was a great moment because, I mean, especially when you consider it was being done bilingually, because all of the terms that are being used are already deep, complicated, like crypto, NFT specific kind of things. And I mean, techno babble, and they did a really good job of explaining like how art and the metaverse is kind of blending in, and how Ready Player One might be the future one day, and that could, I mean, it's already kind of becoming the future, and these kind of things. I mean, a lot of elements of that are already in here, and so like I don't know. It was great to really get, especially if you're a Westerner, like to get that Japanese perspective is something that's invaluable. Like you don't often get to surf the Japanese web. Like Google.com doesn't connect as well to Google.j or co.jp, I believe it is. So it's a lot harder. You have to really want to know what you're looking at, and it can be really hard. So having that usage of Clubhouse is fantastic. That's why I gave them an A+ at the end of the day, because like they were able to cross geographic boundaries as far as you possibly could to the other side of the world, and just by translating it to a different language. I mean, they don't have to just serve Japan; they can serve New Zealand, Australia, the UK, Canada, all of these other places that and other people that are expats that are traveling everywhere that just are on different time zones and can't get the one morning news show that's not even the same. But if they keep doing that, I mean, that's a hit. That's a thing that's gonna define Clubhouse from Japan, where they're far removed from all the cultist stuff that's going on in the U.S. I mean, they have a chance of doing that. Who knows if they'll be able to survive it? But I mean, I think that's great. I think that the Global Lowdown is one of the best reasons to follow Clubhouse. I mean, especially if you speak Japanese or English. I mean, go follow these people. These are the two that you definitely want to follow. And the next topic I would love to see them break down is the laser eyes, because I've heard people say that Alissa Miky is the one that did that, but I've also heard the guy on BitClout say that he's the one that did that. I heard so many different people in the rooms say that they are the ones who originated this, and I want to know the real story behind the laser eyes. I have the app now and I do it to myself too, but like I get that it's there to support crypto, but like get why? I just want to know like the whole story of that. And those kind of stories are the things that I mean could have gotten from Career Crush too, the Harvard Business Review girls, but they don't get respected. They prefer crop circle specialists over Harvard Business Review at Clubhouse, and nobody sees a problem with that somehow. I don't know. Personally, I go with the Harvard people, and I do like these people though. I hope to see them on